with school out, routines are thrown off for the kids, and to learn how families can ease into the summer vacation, let's join the founder of Chez Shay Designs, Sophie Shay. And Sophie, we were just talking about that. There's so much structure from September to the end of June. Everything's sort of thrown off right now.
Totally, yes. School is officially out for the summer, and I'm here to tell grown-ups, you're doing too much. We can actually set up our home environment to foster more independence, more autonomy for the kids, and as they're learning new skills, as they're being independent and active participants in the household, it's actually a win-win for everyone, right? So I have a few ideas for grown-ups at home. It does not need to look like this, but these are very simple ideas. Hopefully it'll inspire you to set up more stations at home. I've got a snack and water station that you can set up for your kids. We've got a water station here, water dispenser with a spout. Grab some cups, lay them beside it, and here's some snacks that are pre-approved choices from mom and dad, easy for kids to grab and go. Just make sure that all the placement is low and accessible. That's the key here. Over here I have a cereal station. In the morning, it's so easy to just kind of get your own bowl of cereal, and they're done. They're up for the day and they're ready to go. I also have one more station here for you just to kind of inspire your home setup. This is an entryway get ready station. It's summertime. What do kids need? A hat, sunglasses, sunscreen. Those are kind of like the grab and go type things. Kids know where they are. Set this low and open for the kids near the entryway, and they can get ready for the day by themselves.
So when we're talking about routine, I mean, we're talking about the kids who have snack at the same time every day. This kind of allows them to get that sort of independence that they have, going to get a water, not having to ask you all the time.
Exactly.
And the independence part for kids, that's got to be pretty big.
Exactly. So I'm a kid space designer, so I apply Montessori principles into all the spaces that I design. What that means is that I'm actually thinking of spaces from the kids' point of view. How do they move through this space? What do they need? And how do we set them up for success so that we're helping them help themselves, essentially, right? So these are great ways that you can incorporate into your own home. Once you apply this lens to your home spaces, it'll spark more ideas for grown-ups.
So talking about this, in terms of activities, like what should you be planning, where you don't want to be spending too much money, you want to be doing something that's affordable, but what kind of activities can you be planning to help get onto a routine for summer?
Sure, yeah. So think about how you want to plan your day. Like, let's not be too overstructured with our scheduling. It's very tempting to overschedule your summers, right? Because now that school is out, what do we do with the kids at home? Think of your space at home to kind of like guide different activities. For example, maybe in the kitchen there's things for them to make their own snacks, cook some meals as well, or even like an arts and crafts station, like having supplies out ready in the inviting them for that creative spark. That could be something that kids can just naturally get for themselves as well.
And that always goes back to what we were talking about, building that independence. And with the Montessori, that's obviously a huge part of it, is that not free range children, but there's there's a component to that too, right?
Absolutely. It's kind of like structured, but also child-led. So it's like structured because of the way that we're setting up the environment. It enables them to help themselves, but it's also child-led. It's we're no longer the ones fetching a million things for our kids day in, day out.
And in terms of the independent toy, like the activities with toys you can use, like a lot of things like this, we're talking about like fine motor skills, right?
Yes.
And that's got to be a part. That's got to be a part of their summer, where they're developing those, continuing to develop those.
Absolutely. There's lots of different ways to play, and one thing I wanted to caution parents is when your kids are claiming that they're bored in the summer, resist the urge to go to the store and get a ton of new toys. Really, it's about less is more. So that's the first one I wanted to share. Less is more. So when you're looking at your play space, make sure that you're just presenting no more than 12 play options out at the same time, because otherwise it's kind of like overwhelmed. There's too many things, and you don't get that deeper engaged play from your kids that you crave, right? So have fewer than 12 toy options. And another thing I wanted to kind of help parents filter through, what toys do I leave out then, as I'm thinking about like curating it down. I wanted to introduce the idea of passive versus active toys. So passive toys make for active minds, and active toys make for passive minds. And I'll illustrate with
real quick,
these
because
two.
we gotta go. So Sophie, where can we find more information? I know some videos there. You got a TikTok, you got Instagram. Where can we find more information on this?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram, Chez Shay Designs, and also on Pinterest as well.
Okay.
I share lots of tips and inspo for kids.
And we'll make sure to put it up on our website as well. Sophie, thank you so much for making the time today. Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
All right, we got more coming up here on CHCH Morning Live.